G'day guys, and today we're going to review the game which is between Geelong and West Coast. Got a very special guest here today, Jake, or as he likes to be known as Langas.
Langas, yep.
He's joined in today, subbed in for Shorty.
Laid in for Shorty, yep.
Sure didn't come to the party, mate. What happened?
No, he must have had a big week, or he's cracked the sads about Geelong. I can understand why. It might be a bit of a disappointing game, but what can you do?
That's all good. He's worked 7 days straight, so we'll give him a bit.
Yeah, you can have a day off.
We'll excuse him from having another 20-minute turnaround drive. But anyway, more onto the Cats. It was the Eagles by 13 points, and all round a pretty disappointing performance from the Cats. Langs, you watched on. How'd you see what went right for the Cats? Not much did, but what went wrong?
Yeah, not much right. They sort of turned it around in the second half a little bit. I felt that they did deal with that marking presence of the defenders of West Coast quite well, but just the first quarter and the first half, they just kept bombing it out of the defence, bombing it everywhere.
Yeah, yep.
I would like to say they missed Hawkins' presence up forward, but we didn't really get it up there for him to be a factor at all.
No.
A lot of our goals were just, luck, or especially one in particular over the back, Taylor, and then over the back again to Menzel.
Yeah,
a couple like that was just 1 in 10 chances with those big kicks into or out of the back line or into the forward line. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so it was a disappointing game, just the way we didn't quite show up, and it was just frustrating. You could so easily see what the problems were. West Coast were just so ferocious at the ball. They played quite well, and they're not an amazing side, but it just goes to show if you come up to play and the opposition don't, it can be a massive difference. And I mean, it was pretty close in the stats as we were talking pre-show, mate. We won the clearances somehow, but gee, they were very sloppy clearances at best. And we just kept slipping over, falling over every possession. It felt we had no time and space when we had the footy. It was just long kicks down the line, and West Coast always had that 2-on-1 sort of set up, just waiting for it down the line, playing into their hands exactly what they wanted us to do. And in reality is we had some moments. Parsons in I think it was the second term or third term, had a couple of chances.
Miss,
Yep. He had a couple of chances. I think Taylor had a chance
as well.
Missed one. There's just times when the pressure really gets applied to us. We simply can't deal with the pressure, and we're 5 goals up and everything's going right. It's a sunny day. Parsons kicks that. Taylor kicks that one earlier. We've got a few consolation goals. 13 points slightly flat as us. West Coast didn't kick straight.
That's the only thing that really kept us in the game. I think if they did have a Josh Kennedy there, it would have been over before halftime.
For sure.
They had I'm not sure of their actual point tally, I think, in the end, but they
17 points, something like that. 11-17.
They could have easily buried us before halftime, three-quarter time. So
yeah, their kicking kept us in it, and our marking was just absolutely abysmal. There's no other way to put it. We just could not clunk one all night.
Yeah, Stanley dropped. He had his hands in a couple, and I think he got a couple free kicks towards the end, but it was too late by then when we're scrambling and just scraping goals in, and Menzel's kicking fluky ones from the boundary line just in the last little bit. But
last few seconds,
as you said though, we're very sloppy. We were all over the ground, slipping and sliding, and every time we, fell over, it seemed like Jeddah would just swoop in and just pick it up cleanly and hit up someone on a lead.
I didn't see many West Coast players fall over, mate. I don't know what was going on. It was like an ice rink out there that we just we had our ice rink shoes on and just fell over.
They needed the ice boots. Maybe.
Absolutely. Didn't have our kicking boots on, that's for sure. I suppose it's sort of the main things summing up the game. Just all won and lost with not coming to play. I don't know what Scotty will think of that. He'll be thinking, no way, we did come to play. But it's
the bye again.
The byes, that's right, mate.
I was saying on the broadcast, 7 straight after the bye, we've lost.
Yeah.
And I think you told me today we won 2, and one was the pre-finals bye against Hawthorn, if you can count that. So it's really 1 after the bye. So there's something going on. We need to fix it, but.
Even 07, mate, then going into that prelim final, we were shaky as anything and the best team in the comp by a fair margin. So, but it was kind of what I expected, but not in the manner we lost.
No. Look, we're still in a good position. We're still top 4, 8-4. I'll take that.
For sure. There's other teams much worse off.
Yeah, would have felt better if we maybe won one of those games. Essendon, Collingwood, Gold Coast. If we maybe got one of them.
For sure.
But it's just what can you do? You just got to look at next week and hope for something much better and yeah, fingers crossed.
Hopefully front up much better. Very even season, mate, for sure. That's
Very even, yeah,
another thing on the salt.
Even Brisbane's starting to kick on a little bit now, which is good.
The Gold Coast teams are firing up. We'll go into the votes, mate.
Yes.
Who did you have for your 3, 2 and 1?
One, I had Tommy Stewart. Again, just every game he seems to be improving, taking good marks, doing good spoils. His kicking's actually quite good, left and right foot.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what preferred he is, but he seemed to do a couple of good kicks. Number 2, I'd probably say Dangerfield. He had a good game. His stats probably lied a little bit. He was good without being fantastic. Wouldn't have minded another couple of goals in the last quarter, as I was expecting. He's been kicking a few goals as of late.
Loved it.
And 3, I'd probably say Mitch Duncan. Had 32, I think, but they were a very good 32, especially when we were coming back, and he was quite consistent throughout the whole game.
Good call, Langs. Good call. I'm going to go 3 for Mitchie Duncan as well, mate. I think, as you said, 32 touches. I believe he may have got 11 clearances as well.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't at his clean best, and I mean, no one was on the night. And you look at him as a player, like even if Geelong aren't going well, he's clean. But look, he dug in really hard. And that's sort of what gets the 3.
Yeah.
The 2 votes, I'm sort of still thinking about in my mind who I'm giving the 2 to. I know I've got Henderson, Lonergan, and there's one other player. I can't even think of it. Guthrie was all right. Yeah, I don't even know if I can give these votes.
Yeah, I thought Lonergan was quite good. 1-on-1, he's still very good. I think the fact that Kennedy was out was a bit of an issue because he didn't really have a role. Normally he'd be on Kennedy.
Yeah, that's true.
He was spoiling, and he was up a bit.
For sure.
Up a bit higher in the ground, which is a bit of a worry because we don't want Lonergan, kicking out of the back line. We want him spoiling to someone or having a mark and then giving it to someone running out, maybe Tui. But
yeah, for sure. All right, I'll give Dangerfield the 2, even though it's not really a 2-voter game from his lofty standards. But
maybe just by stats, not by perceived performance.
Yeah, he dug in hard as well, like Duncan. 34 touches, kicked a crucial goal as well. How would we have gone without him, I guess, is how you'd argue it. I'll give the 1 vote to... I'll go Henderson and Lonergan, half a vote each, if you can even do that.
They were getting
they were pretty solid.
Night. Yeah, they were getting smashed all night, and they did. Henderson, especially late, he had a couple crucial spoils and a couple of marks. Mitch Duncan took a really nice mark in front of Duggan at the end, and I thought, gee, that's the game, but it wasn't the game because we'd already lost it. But
it's fantastic. He just dug in deep there. So, Lonergan and Henderson, some very good intercept marks at key moments, and fronted up pretty well with what was... they were pelting it inside 50 a lot. Yeah. So, those are the votes. We'll move into the player review / chopping block, and we'll give it over to you, Langs, this week. I might chime in with a few, but I think we can probably conclusively say have a little bit of a stab at the second-tier players.
Yeah, someone in particular, Sam Menegola. I love him. He's a great player.
Me too, mate. I want to love him.
He was just... He had 2 touches, and then he did that silly 50-metre penalty. I think if he would have run straight off, it wouldn't have been. McGovern kicked it out in the fall, as we saw, but it's just like they weren't in the right headspace.
Yeah,
I think
not concentrating.
Yeah, you do stuff like that when you're not concentrating, like you said. So he did take a couple nice marks in the last quarter, but again, it was too little too late for them to start kicking up. So
absolutely,
Motlop as well had 5 touches to half-time. Had a very encouraging little patch. He had 3 or 4 good touches and set up Taylor, I think, for a goal in the 3rd or start of the 4th quarter. But then that was it. Like, my hope was there, and then he just threw it away right as he was starting to get.
Isn't he?
And I'm getting a bit sick of judging him, I think. I really want him to start just playing like we know he can play.
Consistent, good footy.
Yeah, and we know he can do it. I just hope one day it clicks because he's the key really. If he lights up, then we win.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Do you have any other players in mind?
Oh, there was a few like young ones. Buse, look, he only had 5 touches, but he held Mark the Cries quite well to nothing.
Yeah, he didn't have much of an impact at all.
I can't really say he did too poorly because that's his job is to limit the small forward, but he didn't do much other than that. Who else? Murdoch. Like, he's had a really promising last month.
Good second half. Yeah. He did pick up, which was good.
But, like, we don't need him to be, kicking 3 goals and 20 touches every game. He just needs to keep doing those little things that we saw against Adelaide last week. He put a couple really good shepherds on.
Absolutely, it was really hard.
Yeah, but I think him and he had a shocking. Tried to go around on the left and then slipped over.
Yeah, that was tried to go back on the inside from the right and didn't quite work.
I think that was just all of us all night though. They were just slipping and sliding.
It was an almost night.
I might give a little clip to the captain, Joel Selwood.
Oh, Joel's getting the clip. What's happened?
On debut, Langas is going for the highest order of the clip.
Jolly boy, what did he do?
Well, look, he got tagged. We've seen Rory Sloane be tagged the last couple of games.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to say it's not a good look, but I feel like at this stage of Joel's career, especially with Dangerfield's back up now, and he's had 2 good seasons now with Dangerfield in the team, Joel, he should be learning to deal with the tag a little bit better. Hutchings is a very good player. He's a good tagger, and not a lot of people know him, in a sense.
No,
not
true.
very well known, but yeah, he's just when Selwood fires, we win. But when Selwood gets tagged, as we saw against Collingwood, not much we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but I guess also that's where the second tier players come in. Yeah, to step up in his absence. So a little clip, but not a really big one. He can be forgiven
for sure. Yeah, I mean, we often look, have Dangerfield so play well. I mean, it's not always as simplistic as that. As we sort of just mentioned, then the second tier have to step up.
Yeah.
And I mean, everyone's like, Joel and Danger, they didn't play well. Geelong aren't a good side. Like, so much more complicated than that. Like, you've got to have your second tier players step up.
Yeah.
They've got to take some of the responsibility as well. They've got to take the load off their shoulders and they've got to step up. Like, a lot of these players have played 5-6 years at playing like second game. It's like just not playing consistent footy, and maybe we're the flat track bullies, mate. I hate to say it.
I saw some comments on social media about flat track bullies, but
for flat track bully, but the other flat track bully.
Yeah. Look, I don't think we deserve that tag yet, but look, we really need to watch out. We do seem to struggle against the poor teams, though. West Coast haven't had a great season so far.
Yeah,
a bit up and down.
For sure.
It seems that Geelong are the team that when you're having a bad season, we're the team you beat to get you back on track. Collingwood and
every
Gold
time.
Coast and
Carlton last year and Essendon this year and stuff. So,
what about you? Did you have any players to give a little clip to?
Yeah, Darcy Lang for mine. Look, I like him when he applies great pressure and he gets his run and gun game going and kicks his goals to a game. But, he was found wanting tonight. And look, he just wasn't really impressive for mine. And he's just another player that's just got to step up to boot in 2013. So it's his 5th season technically. So look, players just got to start stepping up. The whole second tier can take a clip if they'd like.
Yes. Well,
if most of the second tier play well, we probably win tonight.
Yeah.
And we had our chances tonight, late in the piece, second half, had so many chances but just couldn't take them. So that's where the game's won and lost.
The final margin, as you said, was 12 points, but it probably was about a 20-point win to West Coast, you'd say. But you say 1 goal to Darcy Lang, one goal to Parsons as well, who I thought was a bit poor. He did some good tackles and some good pressure stuff, but
Hawkins plays. The injuries early don't help, but you can't really use
that was the other thing too. I think Cocky, after his first goal, I did have flashbacks to when he kicked the first goal against Collingwood, and I thought surely first goal Cocky.
Oh no,
maybe we just shouldn't play him in the first quarter so he doesn't kick the first goal. And Scoot Selwood going down as well wasn't good. Still had the 8 tackles though, so his tackle numbers are still very good, and that's good. I think that's been part of our reinvigoration, I guess, since he's been coming back in and leading the way. But having the 2 players to go down definitely didn't help, but that's where the others need to step up.
Spot on, mate. Couldn't have said it better. And we'll look at to next week. We've got the Dockers at Simonds Stadium, so the arena where we play well. Dockers, how we going against them recently? Won by 7 goals at Domain.
Early in the year, yes.
Yeah, and we defeated them at Domain last year in a very sloppy game. Dangerfield kicked forward to get us across the line. So
forward,
so recently been okay against the Dockers. They got us comfortably round 2, 2015, when they were the best team in the comp, believe it or not, only 2 years ago.
I still remember watching Nat Fife cut us way through about 6 Geelong defenders and just kick a goal, and I was like, gee, all right.
Calm down, mate.
Yes.
It was like, wow. look, the Dockers are in terrible form and are playing arguably the worst footy in the comp at the moment. Going by footy classified, if we're watching into that.
If they're losing to Brisbane, yes.
By a big margin,
Yes.
absolutely. So, look, you're going expecting we'll respond, and it's our home ground. I'd like to see us win by 5-6 goals, but I just want intensity and a great performance. After a bad performance tonight, hopefully we can front up against the Dockers. If we play 80% to what we played a few weeks ago at home, we should get the win.
I think it just comes down to the pressure again. We saw when we lost the 3 in a row against Collingwood, Essendon, and Gold Coast. We came out with 130 tackles against Bulldogs, and that's the key.
It's the hallmark.
You got to just apply some form of pressure instead of just slipping and sliding around like a fish. and like West Coast players, they'd see that and think, oh, these guys are all over the place, and they would have been a bit nervy in the last quarter. But when the pressure's not there and we weren't making them pay, there was a section in the last quarter, West Coast, where we had that gap, we had them stunned, but we didn't capitalise. We only had the 2 goals. And
spot on.
If we bring that pressure and that tackle to Freo, then we should win by 8 goals. Hopefully, and we'd want at least a strong response in that sense.
Big win over Ross the Boss, mate. That's all we like.
Yeah, although my theory of we're the team that gets other teams back on track might come into play. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah,
2013 revisited.
Yes, we just want to get the pressure up, and then I think we'll be right from there. That's the main thing, and then that lead into other things, goals and whatnot.
Beautiful, mate.
Yep.
Fantastic debut, mate. Really appreciate having you on the show.
No worries.
Subbing in for Shorty.
Subbing in for Shorty, yet not taking his spot, just a little sub.
Yeah, mate. We'll have you on another time for sure.
Yep.
Hopefully the schedules align and everything goes right.
Absolutely.
Might have you behind here or also on the bed.
I might have to get a seat on the bed.
We'll go calling the segment to on the bed rather than on the couch.
On the couch, all right.
From on Fox Footy. So there you go. Thanks for coming on tonight, mate. Much appreciated.
Best of luck for next week, I guess.
Hopefully get the chocolates, mate.
Yep.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. And Langas joined in as a special guest. Hopefully having him on soon once again. And it was the Eagles tonight by 13 points. Got the Dockers next week, so hopefully we can get a win there and get back on track and prove that we can win at home, which we know we can do.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. All righty, click that subscribe button for more content, guys. And feel free to check out previous reviews and previous videos. It'd be awesome. Thanks for hanging around. We'll see you guys on the next one.